To this day, Fight Club is a popular movie. It's talked about. Plenty of video essays and, just videos in general here on YouTube are made about the movie, about its themes, about its characters, about a specific character in the movie called Tyler Durden. And there's many reasons for this. Even though the movie came out more than 23 years ago, I believe it came out in 1999, it's still relevant to this day. And it goes beyond just being an entertaining watch, right? People watch it because it is a very well-made film, of course. But aside from that, like I said, the themes, the characters, the overall messages in the movie blend very well together, with the actual plot of the movie and the actual way it's told. And what you have is a timeless masterpiece, right? For many of us, when we encounter this movie, when we encounter this story, it's sort of a paradigm shift, right? It exposes us to new ways of thinking, of seeing the world, to new ideas, to thoughts, to things that we might have been thinking about but couldn't express. That was certainly the case for me. Like the title of the video says, it was a paradigm shift for me. Again, it exposed me to ideas, to points of view, opinions that I couldn't properly express or articulate at the time, but I resonated with, right, deeply. Not with every idea, of course, but with a lot of it. My experience with Fight Club, I actually heard about this movie a lot from a YouTuber here it was a prank channel. He kept mentioning the movie Fight Club in a lot of his videos, and it just piqued my interest. One day I just decided to type in the movie. I just put Fight Club quotes into Google, and I came across this blog. I believe it's still up to this day, even though, there's no new posts. It just broke down a lot of the, most memorable quotes from Fight Club and the messages behind them. And I just remember being completely hooked. I was watching a show at the time, and I just completely set everything down, and I just read this blog for like 2-3 hours straight. And again, it was because I resonated with a lot of the things that were being said in this blog, right? If you're familiar with the movie Fight Club or the story, you know that there's so many great quotes in the film, right? In the story. And this guy was breaking down each and every one of these quotes and just explaining it so beautifully. And obviously I was just hooked. Aside from the ideas, the themes, the character of Tyler Durden is a big reason why this movie is so popular. And obviously, the character has a lot of positive and negative quality traits, right? Not his whole character is a complicated character, but, not everything about his character has virtue, right? But one of the reasons I think people like this character so much, and personally, one of the reasons why I like this character so much is because of his ability to just be completely authentic, right? His ability to be carefree and really not care about what other people think about him. If you've watched the movie or read the book, you know that this guy is pretty eccentric, right? But in reality, eccentric compared to what, right? Compared to the normality, right, of people, right? Compared to just a regular person. Yeah, I guess you could say he's eccentric, but he's just a guy who has figured it out, right? In terms of just being himself. He doesn't care about what other people think about him, and he's just able to express himself freely and openly and authentically. If you've watched the movie, you know this guy is just like all over the place, right? In a good way. He's wearing like bathrobes in his house, and he's just walking around a bathrobe. He's playing golf outside of his house. He has all these funny, witty one-liners throughout the movie, right? And he's just, in essence, a very cool character, so to speak, right? And again, the thing that I value most about his character is just his ability to be authentic. How many of us hide behind, a mask? How many of us put up a front? How many of us suppress our true thoughts and emotions? And obviously you do have to do that to a certain degree, but what I mean in this context is in terms of your personality, right? Your authentic self. Think back when you were a kid, you didn't care about what other people thought about you. You were just here on earth enjoying every single day. Not thinking about the past, not thinking about the future, but just thinking about what's in front of you, right? Thinking about the present moment. Something weird happens as we get older. We just tend to lose that part of ourselves, that part of being able to express ourselves authentically and honestly. And obviously, as you mature, you're going to have parts of your personality that are lost along the way, right? But again, I think it's a sad thing that a lot of people lose that core essence of who they really are, right? That natural personality is lost along the way as time progresses, right? By the way, if you're liking the video, please don't forget to subscribe. Help me get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. That's my goal for the end of the year. I appreciate every one of you who watches this channel, who watched this channel. If you like the content, again, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for the views and for the support. Like I said earlier in the video, I don't agree with everything that's in Fight Club. Most specifically, or most importantly, the nihilism that's prevalent throughout the movie. And if you're not familiar with that term, it just basically means this idea that everything in life is pointless, that ultimately everything in life is meaningless. And I definitely don't agree with that idea. And, you know, that nihilistic point of view is prevalent throughout the movie. But just because there's some things that you don't agree with in a piece of art or a piece of media doesn't mean that it's just worth discarding, I guess. Like Bruce Lee once said, I think it was Bruce Lee, he said, take everything of value and discard what's not of value, or something along those lines. There's a lot of great ideas, there's a lot of great themes and quotes in this movie that, again, can definitely expose you to a different way of viewing the world. One quote that, is very impactful, at least for me personally, is the scene where Tyler and the narrator are in the bar, and the narrator is just going on and on about his problems, right? He's talking about how he lost everything, and he's just moping and just being, completely the opposite of what Tyler is, right? Tyler is just sitting there listening to him, hand on his face, kind of just saying, yeah, when are you going to stop talking, right? And he's completely the opposite of him, right? He's just strong, stoic. He's not emotional. He's totally grounded, and he's just listening to this guy mope around, right? And he just goes, well, man, that something along these lines. He just goes, well, man, now it's all gone. And then he goes on to say this really great quote, and which is, let the chips fall where they may. And I guess what I take from that quote is to stop worrying about every little detail and to just embrace life. Not in a carefree, careless way, of course. You gotta be proactive. You gotta do the best you can to, make the most of it, to work hard and to try to achieve the goals that you have for yourself. But at the end of the day, you can't control everything, right? You can't control every little detail or try to make everything as perfect as it could possibly be. You just gotta let go. There's a certain element of letting go in the process. And again, it's all about having that balance between being proactive and, embracing life. So that's a quote that I really like from the movie. If you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. Those were just a little of my thoughts on this great movie, Fight Club. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I make videos like these. I just talk about topics that pique my interest, whether it be the giant people from the past that existed not too long ago, whether it be talking about a video game from the 90s or early 2000s, a retro video game, or a topic like this, right? A famous movie. If you consider yourself open-minded and can handle information and process it and do your own research, and you don't get triggered when someone suggests something out of the ordinary, then this channel's for you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you again to all the new subscribers, and I'll see you in the next one.